Okay, so last week you'd spoken to Akuma, the friendly giant elephant-sized walrus. He told you that this is the room where the followers of the Frost Maiden come to take part in the 4 tests, so they can access the treasure room, which is to the south. And also, in addition to the 4 test room, apparently there is a frost giant tomb to the north. And this is where we pick up.
Do we want to do this stuff here and get it done simply because it might aid us against her later? Or do we want to go and see what's up with her and then steal all our stuff?
Ask him what's in the treasure room.
Oh, he says, that's where the lady keeps her book that she takes when she goes out every day and flies.
That white codex thing.
The Codicil of White. Yes, you've heard of it. Oh, yes. Very famous book around these parts. It's a bit like the Beatles' White Album.
Oh, okay.
You're not from this world, are you? Right.
I say one doesn't have to be from Faerun to appreciate the Beatles, what? I know, he's gone all English now.
Yeah, damn it. I say.
There are the tomb, the 4 doors to the tests, and the treasure room, the vault to the south.
Well, I think we should do the tests. What do you think?
I asked him if he knows what these tests comprise of.
Oh, I haven't done them. The ladies druids have done them. There's the preservation, endurance, isolation, and cruelty, but I don't know. I haven't been in. I'm far too happy just skating around on the ice. He's saying this and he's rolling about and skating backwards and forwards across the slippery ice.
Well, he ain't alone. Whee!
Whee! So, let's not sit about with our thumbs up our proverbial asses.
So how do we do these tests again?
There are 4 doors. You just go through the door.
Are the doors got like what test that is? Or
Yes, they do.
so
I asked him what happens to the people that fail the tests.
I don't know. I've only ever seen people coming back, so
Has everybody who's gone in come back out, or has some
I
not
haven't.
worked?
I haven't counted. You all look the same to me. You 4 legs. Sorry, 2 arms and 2 legs. I keep forgetting that.
I can only see 3 doors though.
That's because it's dark in here. Perhaps if you travelled around the room somewhat, you may see the rest of it.
Whee! Can you push the map bridge?
I can't do that for you.
Thank you.
So give us the 4 names of the 4 tests again, please.
Akuma says, preservation, endurance, isolation, and cruelty. But you don't know which door's which.
I thought you said they were named, the doors.
The doors are not named. Not the outside doors anyway.
I'm going to go and have a look at the first door on my right.
There's more than one person enter the room at the same time.
He says yes. Usually all the group goes in together.
Whichever door Lantesh is going at, I will go and we will go in there.
Which one, Lantesh? You're stood in the middle of the ice rink at the moment.
First door on my right.
Is that the one where Corin and Ben are next to?
Why not?
Yes, possibly yes.
Okay, so you
That's
head
the left,
over
isn't it?
here. Very well. You just see a plain door.
Open it.
Opening the door, behind you see an oddly shaped room.
That's an ugly shit, bro.
Step inside the room.
Okay, so as you head into the room, the walls of the oddly shaped room are etched with elaborate panoramas of winter scenes set into the back wall. His door inscribed with a large 6-pointed snowflake. A single word is carved into the lintel above it.
Oh, what's that?
You'd need to get closer to read it.
Okay, move closer. This is really nice to get right in the room.
I know that feeling.
You see a door ahead of you. Above the lintel, the word cruelty is carved in common.
Let me at it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's Tuscobble's nickname, isn't it? In we go.
So you push the door open, and behind is another oddly shaped room. You step inside?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go on then.
Everybody's going in, so you head into this room. The surroundings vanish in a flurry of snow and ice. And when the snow and ice clears, you find yourself standing in a small 20-foot by 20-foot room. It's a large frozen room, the walls of which are lined with knives and hooks of various sizes and shapes. There is one door on the other end. The image of the Frost Maiden is carved into it from ice, displaying her owl-like face and large curved horns. The only notable thing is that an eye seems to be missing from the statue. Otherwise, the door does not seem to have any obvious lock or even a handle.
Can I look around the room for something that would fit in that socket?
You search around the room, and other than all of the serrated knives and hooks and blades mounted onto like little wooden pegs around the walls, it's an absolutely featureless room.
Why do I get the
And-
feeling we're going to have to cut out one of our eyes and put it in the door?
I was thinking that.
This is the test of cruelty.
Pity there weren't any puppies in the room.
You look at each other, you look at the walls, all the knives and hooks and sharps cutting.
Any
through
look
it
like a
and everything.
scalpel.
There's nothing
I'm
as
gonna look around.
small as a scalpel. They all look like they're gonna hurt.
So, who's losing it?
Me, I'll do it. Take my
Well,
eye.
I'm sure I've got some anaesthetic in the healer's kit, if that would help. And you can borrow me skinning knife, that's awfully sharp. And not in the least bit serrated.
I'll sacrifice my eye.
Nantes steps forward.
It's to save. If it's to save the society from this constant freezing, it's a small price to pay.
So, only one question remains.
Anyone got the medicine skill?
Who's doing it?
Whoever's got the medicine
Andy has the
skill,
healer feat, so he's the best at medicine.
You knock yourself out, literally.
Well, all right. I just want to be absolutely sure this is what we have to do, because most of my charges are not drawing breath when I take a knife to them. Are we definitely sure that we need to remove an eye?
I will admit that we are somewhat jumping to a conclusion. Does it look like the socket of the eye is empty in the thing, or is the socket of the eye uncarved?
No, it looks like a deliberately empty socket.
Who's got the best investigation and will help
Me.
search the room?
I'm the best.
Will
at
help.
investigation.
Yeah, you may as well do it now while you can.
Yeah.
I cast guidance on if you can, yes, sir.
I will in a second. We're saying it might be worth examining the socket to see if there's any blood marks or anything, because if there isn't, might mean that there's been no eyes in there.
Yeah.
The socket is completely empty and unmarked. Maybe they've got a cleaner that comes round. Are you going to guidance Tracy because she's doing the
Yeah,
investigating?
I've done it.
Oh, okay, that wasn't hidden. Right, you thoroughly search the room and you are convinced that there is nothing hidden, no secret doors, no secret messages, just this picture of the Frost Maiden, which is the image you see on the desktop when you log into the game.
Just out of curiosity, can we actually go back out of the room while we're stuck in here?
No, you've been teleported from the room you were in
Right, okay.
into a
I just-
perfectly square room made of ice.
Right. I just had to check.
If you're going to do the eye thing, you probably have to use the same eye. You know, if it's a left eye on the door that's missing, you're going to have to take your left eye out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Nobody's got a pet owl we can borrow a minute, do you?
The pet owl is a fey creature, so that if you cut bits off it, it would, one, die, and two, the bits would return to the fey realm.
Ah.
Villian says, well, I'd volunteer, but obviously, already only got one. But if you're just squeamish, I don't mind doing the cutting.
I'm sure Tosco can do the cutting.
Yeah, I'll do the cutting as long as everybody's in complete agreement that that's what they want doing.
Mm-hmm. I've got a feeling we're all going to have to give something of ourselves for these tests.
Wait a minute, before you cut her eyes out, there wasn't one about fathering things, was there?
No.
All right, then I was going to swap because I didn't want to be in on that one.
You what?
What happens if one's about chopping someone's dick off? I'd rather I would lose an eye, thanks.
Well, don't worry, I've got a spare dick.
It's too big to fit in the hole, however.
Be swift.
I don't know. I think we're jumping to conclusions here.
I'm actually just wondering whether a frost giant eye would do,
Well, we'll try it and see what happens.
because I've got a jar of them.
He has got
Well,
a jar
jam
of frost
one in.
giant eyes.
Yeah.
I like the
well,
feeling you're surrounded Lantesh and she's wincing and you've got a big sharp knife out and everybody's like, should we really? And she's just going, just do it.
I'll drag the jar out, take the lid off, and offer it to Sanwin.
He'll eat them,
Ooh,
don't give it to Samwin.
I'll walk over with one and jam it in the hole.
Right, the giant eye is it's over 24 hours, so it's gone kind of squishy, but it does not seem to satisfy the parameters of the test.
It was worth trying.
I think you got to take out the eye cruelly.
Well, we
Yeah.
didn't exactly remove this one with kindness, did we?
Well, aye, exactly. You're right.
It's on the sides of the walls again, Rich.
Pegs with knives and hooks and implements of destruction. I think you might even be able to find a spoon if you look hard enough.
Don't. I think that might hurt more.
I'll sharpen it.
A spoon? You're going to sharpen a fucking spoon?
You can sharpen spoons for grapefruit.
Oh, God.
Well,
Are we agreed?
Yeah, I think we are.
No, I'm not.
Remember last week when you were making dick jokes, Dave? Remember that? And I said I'll have to remind you what the game's about.
Aye.
Oh,
Let's. Can we? We can't actually get out, can we now?
No. And it doesn't even look like a door. It looks like the door's been carved in the wall of the ice. It doesn't even... You can't like see any hinges or anything like that behind it.
What about just putting your eye against that socket?
knock yourself out, Ben.
I'll go and knock on where the door was.
There's just a solid thunk noise. You are knocking on apparently meters thick ice.
I go up to this, what you call, and I press my eye against this empty socket, see what happens.
You press your eye against the empty socket. However, that does not appear to be cruel enough for the Frost Maiden. There's nothing happens.
I'm going to take the knife into my own hands at this rate. How are you guys? We're going to get...
And what happens if nothing happens? That means you've lost your eye for nothing.
That'll be an interesting story to tell, if anything.
Maybe we could, get the spoon, pop your eye out while it's still attached to its nerves and stuff, push it in the hole, and if that doesn't work, pull it out, and then I'll heal your eye back up.
It's worth a try, I suppose.
Amy's looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing?
I've seen someone's eye pop
Do you
out
know
in real
what?
life, so it's
If you can make a DC 20 fucking medicine check,
Go on,
I will
Joyce.
let you get away with this. So you get the spoon.
I'll help
Let's
them.
be specific how this happens. Who's doing this? Andy. Is that correct?
I'll lie down so that you can get good purchase.
Well,
on
no,
me.
you'll have to lie up against the door because they're going to try and pop your eyeball out.
Oh shit! Yeah, right.
Aye.
That's
And
right.
you'll need
I'll lie up
Advantage,
against
and I'm
the
going to
door.
give you an open roll, Andy, and it's a DC of 20. Because-
Andy's not going to so much night guidance as a fucking miracle.
Are
I'm
you-
going to pass out.
Have you got guidance? Right, here we go. Andy, are you ready?
I'll help them.
Yeah, he's got advantage.
Right. Don't blame me. I don't even want to look.
Oh,
Right, so you go to get the eye out. Tracy, you scream. Give me a constitution check. You scream as Andy takes a spoon and levers your eye out. It pops out. You sadly don't pass out. It goes into the socket. It snaps. Your stomach lurches. There's a sickening pop as the eyeball comes out and lands in the socket. The Frost Maiden symbol, the 6-pointed snowflake, 1/4 of it glows, and then the doorway glows, becoming a portal. However, he didn't manage to save your eye.
I could still put it back in and try healing, I suppose.
No,
No.
not for deliberate mutilations. Remember, that's why you've only got one hand.
Yeah, but that my hand was burnt off completely. It's just attaching a few nerves together.
Yeah, an eyeball is frozen to this ice at minus 80 degrees. So you can try and pop it off if you like. But
I'm sure if we rescue everyone here, the gratitude will be enough for us to find a temple of a healing god that will be able to do something about the eye.
all I'm going to say is you have to trust me, guys. You know I'm just not a complete bastard.
Right, so hang on. How many? Did you say 6 points?
I didn't say any
5.
points.
4 points.
I said there's
There
a
was 4
6-pointed snowflake, the symbol of the
Yeah,
Frost Maiden.
that's what I
That is at one. The top right-hand corner of it is lit. Sorry, the top left-hand corner of it is lit up, and there's a portal appeared in front of you.
Go through the portal.
Right,
Yep.
As you step through the portal, you feel a burning on your arm, and looking down at your arm, you see that the top left-hand corner of the snowflake sigil is now appeared, like branded into your arm, but branded by cold rather than heat. And you all have the top quarter. You appear back in the centre of the room. Tracy, you're kind of in shock.
Can I have a drink of something strong, please?
I must have something in the healer's kit.
You
some sort of
have-
medicinal
You
brandy.
have an alchemist jug.
Ah,
Brandy
right.
time. I'll give her a stiff drink of mayonnaise.
You appear back
was
in
just
the
about to
centre
say
of the
that.
room. Akuma goes, "Oh, that was quick. Normally people take much longer than that."
So I take it with things like this, it's a mutilation. You don't lose hit points and things, so binding the wound wouldn't help.
That's right. You'll need to bind it anyway, but
Yeah,
there's a regeneration spell, which is a high-level cleric spell. Tracy hasn't got it yet.
right. I'll put a bandage round Lantesh's head.
Thank you.
Like Rooster Cogburn.
Aye.
Yeehaw.
And then-
you were at
and then
disadvantage on perception checks, Tracy, and raged attacks now.
So that's with all my spells.
If it's an attack roll, yes. Akuma says, "Boy, you guys look sad. You've still got 3 to go yet. Cheer up. How much worse can it get?"
Next one.
Say, it wouldn't have bothered me volunteering Velian for that. We could have like taken her around on a lead.
She's only got one eye already, so it's not like she doesn't know what it feels like.
So,
And she's bound to know somebody who could fix it for her.
4 doors. Oh yeah, we
Left.
can get it regenerated once we can get out of Icewind Dale.
Right.
3 doors remaining.
Let's have a look at that
Top
one
right,
then.
bottom left, bottom right.
Bottom right.
Bottom left. What's that one?
Right, again, it's a plain door until you open it. Heading
go.
down, it's an identical room to the other one. If you notice the map now, you should notice that the actual map seems to be modelled upon the 6-pointed star of the Frost Maiden.
Yes.
This one
I shall go and have a gander at this one then.
has a word above the lintel. The lintel above the door is partially broken off, destroying some of the inscription carved into it. What's left reads Ovation in common.
Well, it's
Aviation.
probably preservation then.
Right. Well, might as well open the door. There's not a lot of point in standing here.
Again, you see the same shaped room. It appears, like I said, to be modelled after the actual Frost Maiden's sigil.
Right.
Goes with
Any chance of having a look at the room before we actually go in it?
Yeah, you can see it. It's a plain walled room. It does have those frescoes all the way around, carved into the ice walls of winter scenes.
Right. And is there some sort of similar Frost Maiden type door on the other end?
There's no door on the other end, but there wasn't a door on the other end either. Earl,
Oh, right.
Tracy,
Yeah.
Villian, are you coming in?
Yeah. I thought you were moving people.
Okay, I'm just just let us know.
Right. Yes, I shall go in.
You all step into the room. Your surroundings disappear in a flurry of snow and ice, and you find yourselves at the entrance of a small icy cave, above which is written, "Every flake of snow is unique, and that which is unique must be preserved. Blades of wind gnaw at your skin from the outside as a blizzard rages. When you look into the cave, you see a very small fire. A human boy is sitting at the fire, maybe 12 years old. He is shivering and in clothes that seem too large for his small, thin body. Around you, you just see 5 feet in blizzard. The only thing that's visible is this cave with the inscription above it.
I'll take out a blanket out of me backpack and go towards the boy.
I'll go with Lantesh.
And
You step into the cave holding the blanket out. He notices you and looks up and says, please
Yeah,
just let me
come.
die.
no, I won't let him die. I'm gonna wrap him up.
You wrap him up, he looks a lot warmer. And you notice a strange thing. He seems to grow a little age as you warm him up in the blanket. He grows a little taller. His features change somewhat. What about the rest of you standing outside?
I'll offer him some food.
You give him food?
Yeah.
He accepts it and eats and says, please, though, please, you mustn't do this. He eats the food and he looks a little fuller. But again, he seems to age to grow a little older when you give him the food.
Take the blanket off him.
Right, Earl. Billion steps into
Yeah.
the cave and says, this is interesting. Tracy,
Yeah,
are you standing outside, you and Earl, or are you coming inside?
No, we're in.
I'm inside. So there's this little kid, right? And what we have to do is preserve him. But every time we give him something to make him warm or make him, the suffering and the endurance is what's preserving him. So I'll just experiment. I'll warm him with the prestidigitation cantrip. Does he seem to change slightly?
No, he seems to age. He looked about 12. He looks to be about 15 or 16 now.
When the cantrip ends, does he revert?
No.
Ah.
Interesting.
How long you been here? I'll say to him.
I don't remember.
You said there was a fire.
Yeah, he's sitting around the small fire.
Put the fire out.
You put the
Yeah.
fire out and the temperature drops quite seriously. He begins to shiver now, although the clothes fit him a little better. You wait around a
Should we
minute.
not have made the fire bigger?
Well, we're trying to preserve him, right?
Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die.
And the cold will preserve him for the rest of
He
eternity.
looks to be about 16 now. He starts to grow his first bum flutter on his chin.
He's still getting older, even though he's...
Yes, but it was much slower. It took maybe a minute or so.
I wonder if it's the heat from our bodies reaching him. Take his clothes off.
Oh no!
What are you doing?
We're going to preserve you.
Outside, the blizzard rages.
Could we like throw him outside into the blizzard?
Oh, out of what's left of our eyes, out of our one eye,
His voice now
Rabbit.
drops. He's obviously
starts to cry.
getting
if you
into
could
late
just come
teens
out.
as his voice drops and then goes squeaky.
Right, take his clothes off, throw him into the blizzard.
We may as well pour
Just
some water on him.
don't need to take his clothes off. I'm just going to give you that for nothing. It's
I'm
not to do with the
horrified.
clothes.
I'm standing horrified at Ben It's like
Right, Ben grabs him, manhandles him to his feet. He's taller than Ben now, although he started shorter. What are you doing? He says, please.
We're preserving you. I'll give him. I'll wash his hair because there's no worse going outside with your hair dirt, cold and hair wet a cold day.
You can't. Outside, it's so cold. What do you do, Ben?
I throw him outside in the blizzard.
Yeah. Ben, with his enormous dwarven strength, easily grabs this young teenage boy, pushes him out into the blizzard. He staggers back and then reaches for you. No, it's so cold. And then his hands begin to freeze. You can see the ice forming above his skin, the start of his fingers, heading up his arm, and then across his shoulders. He opens his mouth. He tries to scream, but no, it's gone, and he's just a statue of ice standing there. The sigil at the back of the cave glows, and that is the bottom left-hand quarter of the six-pointed ice lake.
Well, that was a waste of a sausage.
Also at the back of the room, you see another one of those portals.
Go through the
That's-
portal.
Yep.
Harsh.
sacrificing oneself's one thing, but to do it to another, it's.
I don't think
I
he was
can't-
real. I'll turn around and say, I don't think he was real. I'm pretty sure. In fact, my magical training, I'm going to deceive her, by the way.
Yeah,
My magical
I'll roll a
training
deception
tells me-
check.
tells me that was most definitely an illusion, and I'll stare daggers at
Everybody
Villian.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tracy, it was definitely illusion.
Isn't that right, Villian?
She goes, what? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Totally an illusion. Us necromancers, we know these things.
See?
So, do you all step through the portal?
Yep.
Yes.
Again, your arm
Yep.
burns, and when you look down, you have the sigil of the Frost Maiden, the lower water, burned. You now have a fully half.
I look down at my arm and I look at Lantesh and go, do you know any gnomes that can laser this off?
I can
You
get rid
appear
of
back
it,
in the
John.
room. Akuma goes, wow, 2 for 2, and so quick. Whatever it is, you really just went in there and did it without a second thought. Well
He
done.
just went.
I like him.
You guys are killing it.
After
Next
all, we
one.
are the good guys.
Goodies.
So top right, bottom
Yep.
Yeah.
right.
We'll go to the northeast.
All right.
Northeast, pushing the door open again. You see, because again,
Sorry,
you see
Asher.
the same room. Above this door here, it says, exist as long as you can, by whichever means you can. Only by enduring can you outlast your enemies. And this one is labelled as has the word endurance written underneath it.
Right.
Let's go. This is going to hurt.
Yep.
Opening the door, you see the same frescoes as you saw before. You step into the room. There's the flurry of snow. Do you have to remember that you guys decided you wanted to do these tests? I'm just saying. There's a flurry of snow and you disappear. You find yourselves under the starry sky. It is in a dimly lit valley surrounded by mountains. You are standing atop a frozen lake. The ice is unusually clear, allowing you to see through it with hardly any distortion. A faint light glistens underneath you. A frozen sigil of the top right-hand corner of the snowflake. It floats deep in the dark waters.
Let's get digging.
So you easily dig through the ice, carving out a frozen hole through which the icy water is below.
Do you think we have to retrieve that sigil or get down to it?
I think we've got to go to it.
Well,
Right.
I would have said we've got to retrieve it, but
Radio then, how far down does it look?
Quite a way.
I've got this.
well,
Anybody-
okay if you want.
Oh, do
but
you want me to- unless you're
I'm
better
resistant to
than me.
cold, so
You've got this.
If you want to go down and try and get it and bring it out, do you want a rope tied round you while you do it?
yeah, just in case.
And do you want to fill your pockets with rocks so you sink faster and then dump the rocks and we'll pull you up?
I've got an amble you don't need, do I?
Can do. I'm just seeing if we've got any spells that'll help us.
Tell me what you guys want to do. You stand over this hole that you've smashed in the ice. The sigil
we're
matching the two sigils you already have branded with cold. Even Brizzy, who's immune to cold, and Corin, who has those boots on, the cold that you felt when it branded on just burnt straight through that. It was like godly cold.
Can I? Let's see if I've got my inventory. Would it be possible to maybe empty a water skin or something and fill it with air, cap it off, so I can swim down in case I need to take another breath out of it, even if it's only like
Absolutely,
1 or 2.
100%.
Right, I'll swim. All right, I'll go down. If I'm not back in, I don't know how long can I hold my breath for. I'll try holding my breath outside, Rich,
Yeah.
to say what the maximum is, and then I'll take maybe 20% off for the exertion I'm going after swimming in the water.
Okay. You estimate you have plenty of breath. It should be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Yeah, should be. Probably won't be though.
Don't forget to take a rope.
All right,
Don't forget to take a rope.
Yeah, tie. I've got enough rope though. That's
You've
the
got
thing.
shitloads of rope.
Yeah.
All right, tie it to one of me feet. And then I'll strip off where hey, don't look Lantesh.
So I just still got a hand fresh who needs one to cover her eye.
I'm winking at you.
Yeah.
Or is she blinking? You're just not sure.
And then I will get as much oxygen in my lungs as I can, and then I'll dive in the water and head towards the what's under the water.
Right, you dive into the water. Your cold weather clothing does not protect you in freezing water. And
I know,
this is
well, I
abnormally freezing.
I said I took them all off, didn't I?
Yeah, you and as you hit the water, the cold comes as a shock to you. You take damage as your skin begins to freeze in the cold water. Again, you swim down further. You're now 10 feet down.
Keep on going.
You take more damage. Your skin is blistering under the cold, but you're halfway there. So many failed resistances. Oh, maximum. Almost there. It's within reach. You fail again. It's
I'll
one
send you a
fingertip
message.
away.
You can do it. You can do it.
You succeed. You reach out. Your lungs are bursting. It's cold. You grab the sigil, and as you do, your arm burns. The sigil appears branded on your arm, and you disappear and appear in the room by yourself.
Oh dear, boys, we're going swimming.
Right, I'll jump in.
Have I reappeared? Sorry, Andy, with my gear or am I
Yes,
naked?
with your gear.
Whew, thank God for that.
Right.
Brace's gear disappears next to you, Andy.
Right. Before I jump in, I shall lather myself up with hate salve.
Yeah.
So I'm like the proverbial greased weasel.
Okay. I'm going to give you advantage on your saving throws for that, yeah.
I was saying, how much of that have we got? Because Lantesh is going to need some.
Who has bought heat salve?
I'll just check how much I've got, because it never occurred to me to buy more, because I didn't think we were going to need it.
No, you
Well,
didn't.
2 little
That
ones
is
should
the
come out of
fun
one
bit.
jar. That's what I was thinking. You get 2 little ones out of one jar.
Yeah. And I'll need a little bit to rub into the fur of me fox.
Your fox?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I hadn't.
Wow.
Right, what I'm going to do to try and help the fox survive is, as well as rubbing a little bit of hate salve into his fur, is I'm going to put him in a sack.
Okay.
So it's sort of, put him in a sack, blow the sack up, hold the end shut, so that hopefully there's just enough air in there
Yeah.
till we get down there. And then I'm going to jump in and swim like hell. And I'll leave the rest of the hate salve for
Why didn't you
Lantesh.
get advantage there? Right, so 2 failures. So you jump in and you begin to swim down. The cold is incredible. The fox begins to struggle. You did take it in with you, didn't you?
Yeah.
The fox begins to struggle.
Well,
You
I can't leave him
succeed.
behind.
Hurrah! Yes, but you did realise that Tracy's gear had disappeared and appeared when he disappeared.
Oh, sorry, did I?
Yes.
Oh, right. Sorry, I obviously wasn't listening properly. Well, it's too late now.
That's a fantastic fox.
You succeeded the second time. The third time, failure. The biting cold is incredible.
I'm not surprised. That's why I left me boots on.
Your hunter's marks expired because of the freezing cold. So that is 3. You're down 3.
Right.
You succeed. Yay. So you get half damage on the fourth one. You pass the halfway point now. Lungs bursting. 1 more to go. The cold is eating into you. Failure. You take more damage. Right, and you're heavily injured. You freeze into your bones. Your teeth are actually in danger of shattering, but you reach out, you touch the icon, it's burned into your arm, and you disappear and appear back outside.
I'll go next.
Sadly,
that's
your little
all right.
fox is not breathing the
If you
extreme
need
cold.
If you need a hand greasing up, I'll give you a hand.
Please.
Right. Well, I shall apply the Haler's kit to the fox and towel him dry and give him CPR if necessary.
So, Tracy, you're greasing up, are you?
I am, with the help of someone.
Hey, what happens in the ice cave stays in the ice cave.
So you grease up and they plunge into the freezing water. So the first one is failure, and you start to take damage. Second one. The freezing, now you know how it goes. You have to make 6 rolls again. The cold is biting into you now, Tracy, although you are taking half damage because Ed plunges into the water behind you. Remember, you take half damage for everything.
Oh.
Something to screw mechanic. Failure, sadly. Halfway there.
Ouch.
You succeed. Hurrah. Partially resisted again. Lantesh, you're looking bad now. Your extremities are cold.
Yeah. No shit.
You can do it. One more breath. Failure. It's a difficult check. Right, you reach out, barely able to keep going, and you touch the signal. It brands into your arm, and you are teleported back to the centre. You appear next to Andy, who's apparently attempting to give CPR to a dead fox.
I lie on the floor,
Who's
gasping
next?
for my breath.
I'll go
Oh,
next.
well.
I'll take off my cold weather clothing.
Oh, hang on. Andy, I cast Spare the Dying on your fox.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, cool. So you have an unconscious but not quite dead fox.
That's incredibly kind of you, Aisha. Thank you very much. I definitely owe you one.
No problem. Yeah, it's verbal and somatic. I give it a slap and say, don't go towards the light, you furry little bastard.
Right, we know we have to make 6 rolls now, Dave, so I'm just going to do them. 2, 3. You're halfway there. 4, 5, 6. Dave, you swim down, pass out at the last second. I'm going to say you just touch it, and as you touch it, the brand burns into your arm. You can't take any more, though. There's a boop as you let out the bubbles, and you disappear. An unconscious bairn appears at your feet, guys, in the centre.
Can I
Is he-
do a medical check on him?
You can. Just you, Sanwana.
Has Valian done it?
Yeah, I'm just going to give her loads of damage.
Go. I will jump in and swim like a mofo straight down.
Right, we're just going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're almost there, Simon, but you're hurting bad. 5. Last one. Can you make it? You reach out for the sigil, and you pass out. Both you and Dave have minor scars. An unconscious Simon appears at
That didn't work.
your feet. Irma goes, "Wow, well, look like they're pretty badly hurt, or just sleeping. They look kind of tired."
Oh, I guess I'm going to have to cast Mass Healing Word.
I guess you are.
And I'll up it to level 4.
I'm just going to do Villians while you do that.
What an absolute star you are, sir.
Before you cast it.
Oh, don't worry about Valian.
Yeah, but you might not be able to make it far enough to get the brand.
Well, she's got it. She's got us to the island. What are we still need her for?
3, 2,
Don't be like that.
5. Oh, yeah, she made it with 6 as well. So I think she's going to pass out, though. Yep, there she goes. She is dying. So she just gets the brand, and then she begins to pass out. Right, Bracey, do you want to target everybody and do your mass healing word? You now have a 3/4 image of the Frost Maiden's snowflake branded into your arm.
You wonderful little man, you. Well, big man, you.
I could cast it again, but I'll be burning all my high level spells.
We might be able to do a rest.
Right, I'll cast it again normally.
Is that all mass healing word did? Ouch. Isn't there one that takes 10 minutes to cast? It's much better than that.
Possibly. I ain't got it though.
Oh, you haven't got it memorised. Well, shit.
A minute.
Think we're going to need your magic sponge again, Andy.
I think you're probably right.
Villian sits up, looks at her arm and goes, "Well, just made that one with the tip of my finger."
Well, that's made at level 3 and level 4 spells.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, but you do have a pearl of power that you can recover a spell slot with that you've never ever used because you keep forgetting about it.
What's the next one got written on the door? I'll have a walk over and a look.
The next one has nothing written on the door. You have to open the door and go inside. Do you want to do that?
Is this as well as we're going to get, do you think? Yeah, we'll be fine.
Right, you pop the door open and walk inside, Samwin.
Yeah.
And inside, above the door, it says, "Isolation. In solitude, you can understand and harness your full potential depending upon others makes you weak.
Right. Well, I suppose that means I should do this on my own. I am going to drink a potion of healing, though.
Can I apply things out of the healing kit to the fox?
Yes.
You know,
you can get it back with 1 hit point, yes.
Right.
Puma says, wow, you going in there by yourself? That's pretty brave.
It says isolation. Does that mean you're supposed to go in there on your own?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think you're doing great. Not everybody died, so that's a plus.
Well,
There's
other
the
people
silver
have come
lining
here,
for you.
right? Other people have come here, right? Did they go in alone or as a group?
I know they went in as a group together.
All right, I'll wait for everyone else then. I thought it meant someone had to go and do it
I'll
on
go
their
in
own.
after. I'll go in with them.
Okay.
I'll go in as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
might. Well,
Fillion says, what the hell? I've already been dead once already, all right?
yep.
Pushing
What's
the
the
door
worst that
open,
could happen?
you see the same room completing the snowflake symbol. You step into the room. The snow flurries about you once more, and you vanish from the room. You find yourself in a cave where you can hear the howling of the wind outside. The cave you're in is lit with a cold blue fire in the middle of the room. Beyond a radius around the fire, you cannot see anything, though you should be able to see. It is simply dark. You begin to feel warm and sleepy.
I will try to stay awake.
Yep.
Right.
Likewise.
I'll do like exercises.
So you sit together, keeping warm, helping each other staying awake, slapping each other. How long,
I'll
do you,
walk
how long
to
do you
the-
sit for?
I walk to the edge of the circle, Rich,
Yeah?
just with the darkness, and I put my hand or my stump through like the curtain of darkness. Anything happen?
Nothing happens, no. You
All
can't
right.
see it, but it does. You pull it back and it hasn't chopped any more of your hand off.
Okay. I will stand with my back. Well, I'll stand facing in the middle, and I'll step backwards
You
through
step
the curtain.
backwards, just half a step. The howling wind beats down upon you. You can no longer see the cave.
Oh. Okay. I'll step forward.
You step forward again, off into the blackness. There's nothing there, just darkness. You can literally only see your hand in front of your face.
Oh shit! That didn't work. Right. I will get out my lantern. Can I see anything with my lantern?
You shine your lantern ahead, but again, the light stops 5 feet from you, as almost if there was a wall there. But you shine it downwards, and you can see solid snow under your feet that crunches as you walk forward.
Aisha, come back.
Very,
Yeah, my
very,
voice
very
come back.
far away in the distance. Yeah. But you rolled a 15. Right, Isha, you just vaguely hear miles off in the distance.
Can I roughly make out the direction?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'll just keep shouting.
Right, you hike forward into the darkness, and then we'll leave you. What were you going to say, Andy?
I was going to say, if they tie a rope around me waist with my ranger spidey sense, can I stride forth into the darkness and go and find him
Yeah, absolutely.
and lead him back? Because we'll have a rope to follow if everybody ties their ropes together.
I'll sing loudly.
It's been 5 minutes, Lantesh. You shout and shout, but there's no sign of Asia.
I'll start panicking and start shouting louder and louder.
I'll start tying everybody's ropes together.
Okay?
I've got an idea. If you tell your automaton to stay here, you always know where he is in relation to you, won't you,
True.
Lantesh?
I'll go and I'll tell the automaton to stay put.
Okay.
And I'll go looking for Asia in the direction I saw him go.
Right, you head out into the darkness, and the reading is strange. It's like 5 feet, 50 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 50 feet, 100 feet, and the number keeps changing every step you take. Also, the direction changes randomly. And what I need from you, Tracy, is a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit, indeed.
I'll look at Ben and go, well, I offered. I did. Did I not offer?
So Tracy has disappeared. You hear her for a few seconds shouting, Asia! And then she does not.
I shout her and Aisha's name.
Right, Tracy, you hear off in the distance from 2 different directions.
Oh, what? Okay, I'll shout as well. I'll shout out.
Okay, so we'll leave Tracy and Grace
Right.
for now.
Hang on. I shall go to the edge of this curtain of darkness, make sure I set me feet. I am not going through it. Pull out me bagpipes, stick me head, me hands and me bagpipes through into the darkness and start playing a tune.
Very muffled, as if very far away you hear.
try walking towards it.
Yes.
Tracy, you try to walk towards it, but as you do, because you know exactly where your automaton is, like literally every step, it's like when Windows goes this much to succeed, it changes between 5 feet, 3,000 feet, 100 feet, and the direction is pinging as if you're randomly teleporting in all directions with every step. Andy, you play for 5 minutes or so? Nothing happened.
I'll play for as long as I can play.
Okay. Sandman, there's you, Ben, and Corin.
Right.
I'll walk through and I'll just stand still where I am when I
Okay.
get past the.
You're
what you call it.
engulfed by darkness. You can hear the sounds of bagpipes playing far, far away, muffled by the freezing wind.
I just stand still.
I'm going to
Like-
start singing.
At least I figured if I played the pipes, they would know it could only be one person strangling a cat.
Yeah, I'll start singing along to the tune to see if I track any of these in the darkness.
20! Yeah, baby. So we have Corin playing the bagpipes and Sandman sat in the cave around the warm fire. Corin, you sit there and you catch yourself, you jerk as you appear to have been nodding off.
I'm going to go and walk out in the darkness and start singing Hello Darkness, My Old Friend.
So you walk off out into the darkness. Andy, you're left alone, completely alone.
Right. Well, I shall get up and sort of like march on the spot. And I presume is it cold out in the darkness?
It's,
when my head
it's
happens
still
to-
bloody freezing. Absolutely bloody freezing.
Right. Well, I'm rather hoping that if my body's warm from the fire and my head's cold, that'll help to keep us awake.
Yeah. You're managing to stay awake all right, but you're not hearing any cries. You're not seeing anybody.
Well, they are my friends. I must keep playing the bagpipes.
So you play for maybe an hour till you're gasping and your throat is sore and you can't keep continuing any longer. Nobody's returned. There's been no sound, no movement.
I think all of these will have to go through. I'll just start marching on the spot, singing, not moving away from the spot.
Well, I guess if they can't find me, I'd better go and find them. Where's Velien, by the way?
She'd have walked out into the darkness a long time ago.
Oh, that's good, because otherwise I was just going to kick her up the arse and kick her out in the darkness.
Andy's really cut in for Villiers.
Well, no, I mean, no, from the point of view of, it's all very well you, Velien, sitting, keeping your arse warm by the fire. But if we've all got to go out into the darkness and cold, I'm not going to go out there and be trapped for eternity because you can't be asked to get up from the fire. Also, I don't bloody like the woman. Well, okay, then I shall march off into the darkness and try and use me ranger's spidey sense to track down the rest of the party.
Right, everybody's been marching around lost for the last hour, and your senses played tricks from you, apart from Dave, who's marching on the spot. And you step out into the darkness, and it seems like only 30 seconds, and then everybody appears back in the centre of the room. Your brands flare, and you now have a completed 6-pointed snowflake branded into your forearms. Appear in the centre of the room.
Well, that was chilly.
Ed's not there, but everybody else is. Tracy, Ed is like several
What's
hundred
now, Ed?
miles away to
Time to
the
come
southwest. Right, immediately upon Ed running into the darkness, he goes poof and pops up next to you. You now have the completed thing. Kerma says, "Wow, you were only about an hour. That's pretty good going."
Cool.
Right. Where's the treasure room?
Oh, that'd be to the south. The
Let's go.
vault.
I'll skate down. I'll slide down to the vault.
Head down to the vault.
Hang on. Where?
The passage leads to an anvil-shaped room with a door set in the far wall. Flanking the door are bas-reliefs of 2 frost giants that have been defaced, their features chipped away. Newer carvings above the door depict the glowing head of an owl, a wolf, and a goat. A disembodied voice says, "This way is shut to all but those who pass the tests of cruelty, endurance, isolation, and preservation."
It's all right. That's us then.
I hold my arm out and go, what the fuck do you think that is? Henna?
Okay, so you head down to the anvil-shaped room. The large door ahead of you. You hold out your arm. The door glows briefly.
Can we open it?
You can. Pushing the door,
Go on
it
then.
easily swings open. You peer into another room. Arranged about this room are 4 tablets of ice, each 10 feet tall, 7 feet wide, and 1 foot thick. They sit upright in stands that are also carved from ice. Script has been chiseled into the surface of each tablet. Another door stands in the middle of the far wall.
Read tablets.
The first says, "Cruelty. Compassion makes you vulnerable. Let cruelty be the knife that keeps your enemies at bay." The second says, "Endurance. Exist as long as you can by whatever means you can. Only by enduring can you outlast your enemies. The third reads, isolation. In solitude, you can understand and harness your full potential. Depending on the others, that makes you weak. Preservation says every flake of snow is unique, and that which is unique must be preserved.
Go on in.
Yeah.
Go towards the far door.
You step in, head towards the far door. It glows as you approach.
Right, open it.
I'll show me brand.
You
to the
open the
like a
door.
Nightclub stamp.
And inside, the chamber has a domed ceiling engraved with a giant snowflake. 2 caryatids depicting a towering woman stand either side of a door in the south wall. In the middle of the room is a 5-foot-tall claw-shaped lectern with a white covered book resting upon it.
Ooh, books. Right, go towards the book. No, me and books. Sage at heart.
I'll
Loves me
go in the
books.
room as well.
Okay.
I'll go,
I'll
and have a look
go in
and
and
see
have a
what,
look at the book for that.
yeah, see what the book is. Ooh,
Ooh,
intriguing.
it's furry.
It
Got
is
to
very
read.
furry.
Got to read.
And then there's this
Reminds me of that book in Harry Potter, the one that kept trying to eat people.
there are nothing else apparently in the room other than a door in the south wall surrounded by the 2 giant statues.
Now, you guarantee as soon as you pick that book up, I'll have to fight them statues.
Open the book on the.
You touch the book. As soon as you touch the book, there's a deep thrum as if vibration has gone through the entire castle around you.
Uh-oh.
You feel the immense power from this book. Like, this is Auril's book.
Ooh. Let's have a look to see what's in it. Is it a diary?
There are many things written on it. You would need to spend some time reading it. You flick through quickly. There are many things that need deciphering. Secrets.
Right. Is anything that, as you flick through, anything that does catch my eye to read first?
Not immediately, no. Valienne says, if this is the book she uses to renew the spell, then I think she's going to be pretty pissed.
Well, we did pass our test, so, you know, you shouldn't leave it on a claw anyway.
That. She
If it's
looks
so
nervously
precious.
about. What do you want to do now?
I'm going to sit down and start reading through the book. There's nothing
Immediately.
else.
Okay, what about the rest of you?
There's another door, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah, we'd better check that other door out.
Sliding it open, you see the room that completes the star. Beyond the door is a small room filled with a light mist. Chunks of broken ice cover the floor.
Have a look around the room.
Right, you look around the room, and it becomes apparent that the fragments are the remains of 3 lifelike human ice sculptures such as those you saw outside. A voice booms in your head, Earl. You have passed my tests. Will you court death to receive my blessing?
Not fucking likely, pet.
That depends on what your blessing is.
You get the feeling that it's a recorded message, like a bit like sending.
In that case, no thanks.
Okay.
Blessed by a god that thinks uniqueness should be preserved, and there's a lot of broken ice around here, makes me think it could be bad.
Very
I'll
well.
turn around to the group and say, she's handed out blessings next door.
Jesse's just sat down in the room now.
You know what I'm like with a good book? I just curl up with it.
Do us a favour, rip us the back 2 pages out and I'll tell you how it ends.
Blasphemy, ripping books up.
Right.
How soft's the paper?
Parcel, Tracy.
Oh,
into
nice one,
the,
Aisha.
Are you ready? I'm going to pop this in the party sheet for you.
Personally, I think we should be leaving.
Personally, I think she would go and find her and have a chat.
Well, that's what I meant.
But no, in all seriousness, though, if you go in that room, I think you can do something else. Probably.
There's the codicil of white for
Rewarding
you,
and
Tracy,
dangerous.
in the... Oh, Andy, by the way, sorry, you're £2. I meant to tell you this. You're £2 overweight. You greedily shoveled gold into your bags and you are overweight.
You would have been.
I'm going to offload some of my stuff and I just
To
ditch
where?
some shit, pick up the book.
I'll carry it for you.
There's not much.
Can someone tell me what that rhyme is? Someone read the poem, please.
You want to read it now?
Oh,
I
Okay.
want someone to read the poem out if we're walking about.
Tracy, inside the book, after you spend 10 minutes reading it, you learn the poem, The Rime of the Frost Maiden, with a Y.
All right, okay. I've offloaded me
This
hempen rope
is
because that was £10 weight.
This is something as a thing of great power. You surmise you should not read it lightly. But Earl has asked you to read it out.
If it's dangerous, don't read it out loud. I think we need to go and chat to someone first.
What Tracy holds in her hands is the thoughts and notes of God itself.
There's there's a solution in here to stop her from freezing this place.
The notes next to the poem, she has to recite the poem from the book. atop Icewind Dale to renew the magic.
So we can just burn the book.
No, don't burn the book. Just take the page.
Might I point out that everybody is heavily injured? What do you do?
I've got 2 potions here. If anybody wants left.
I'm actually as fit as a lop, so I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Who looks most injured?
Yeah,
I'm
I've still.
Right.
Hang on. I've still got 2 charges left in the healer's kit. Whoever needs it.
I wouldn't say no to one. I was going to say,
Right.
we have to box clever here because we know half a story, but only half.
Are you ready,
No, I'm-
Tracy? I can drop the poem
Yep.
on you because you're the one that's reading it.
Okay.
And hopefully,
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Should we not head back to that middle room? 'Cause
Well, we should.
It just feels like we're in a room where, the clock's ticking and the wheel's about to come off.
What was
well-
in that far room?
It's a broken ice statue.
No, but what in the far room, if you go in there, you can get a gift off the goddess. But I don't know what it is, and it could be dangerous, so I don't want it.
Are you ready? We bow to she who wears the crown. Let the world shiver with dread. Clad in winter's whitest gown, her snow enshrouds the dead. Her fury sheds the frozen tears as grey clouds issue forth. Her wind across the wastelands shears, bringing blizzards from the north. Ice-kissed flowers caught mid-bloom, beauty kept in all its grace. Summer's gone to its silent tomb, stilling in her cold embrace. All the world in winter's white, sheathed in sleet and ice, set upon never-ending night, she conjures paradise. Behold her everlasting rhyme, see how it covers all. Weep not for those she traps in time behind her glacial wall. Sovereign of summer's lost, general of winter's war, long live the queen of the cold and the frost, may she reign forevermore. Is anybody there?
Yeah.
I'm here. My character's got his fingers crossed, by the way, that this isn't going to start off the end of the world.
are you actually reading it aloud, Tracy?
Yeah, I've just read it. You know what I'm like?
I leave the
I'm
room
dead.
very quickly.
I'm right on Aisha's heels.
I'm dead.
Yeah, you probably are.
Ian.
You start to read, and then waves of power seem to emanate, and the floor begins to vibrate, the ceiling begins to vibrate. Lillian says, I don't think that's a good idea. Do you want to read all the way to the end?
I'll turn around and say, it's a very bad idea.
Do you wish to finish it, Tracy?
Oh, yeah.
I will put my hand over the writing in the book so she can't read it.
Right, okay. You do that. She looks annoyed, but the whole place is vibrating, like a violin spring, as she's reading it. You get the feeling this is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll be like, this is end of the world sort of literature. Don't read the end of the world literature.
Everybody is running away from you, Tracy. Earl is saying, please do not read this, and putting his hand over the book. Are you going to insist on finishing it?
Oh, stop. The cowards. It's a book, guys. It's a book.
You do know that, dangerous things come in books, right?
There's no book I've ever read to date that's harmed me. Books are full of knowledge.
I tell you what, when we finish this, I'll let you read Corin's secret book of fables and witty poems. And
Is
trust me,
anyone
you'll-
else stepping in the room to the south, or are you just leaving and going back into the middle?
Not bloody lightly.
No.
Yeah, the voice had said, Earl, will you court death to receive my blessing? Does anybody wish to court death to receive her blessing?
No thanks.
I wouldn't even catch cold to receive a blessing.
Right, you come back into the centre, Akuma goes, oh, wow, you've got the lady's book. She's going to be mad. She's going to be real mad. Like, more mad than I've ever seen her.
Well, where
As
is
long
she?
as you didn't read any of it, she won't know. It'll be all right. You can put it back.
Oh, no, we've read a little bit. It's quite good, but the
He
world
says-
started to seem like it was going to explode, so we'll stop.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got to do my taxes now, so I think I should go over here and be as far away from you as I can possibly be, if that's all right with you.
Should we sit down and have a little rest?
Can I just ask you a quick question before you run off to hide somewhere? Where can we find her? Because we need a chat. And I'm sure,
She
you know-
always comes down the stairs. I haven't been upstairs in such a long time because I'm too big now. I was only little when I came down, but she comes down the stairs, so she's upstairs somewhere.
All right, thanks. Take care. I'll turn around as we're all like, standing and say, we should go upstairs and see her, or we're going to have to take a long rest. And I'm pretty sure she won't leave 8 hours after we, started playing before she turns up.
But shouldn't we rest?
And he's
here?
like,
if we're
she's
going
to be
her-
real mad. If you read that book, she's going to be real mad.
No, she
I
won't.
don't think resting, if she's going to be pissed off, is a good idea.
Yeah, but we're out of spells, so
Well, we should have rested first before.
look, I put Lehman's
Book.
tiny hut up, right? She not know we're here. Trust
Excuse me, can I just explain something to you? God, magic doesn't really have much to do with them. I genuinely think hiding in Lehman's tiny hut will not fix a problem that involves a god.
But I don't believe she's a god. I think she's got her hands on some magic and she's pretending to be something she ain't.
No, she's definitely a god. People worship her.
From the
She's a
darkness in the
god.
corner, Akuma goes, "Oh yes, she's a god. She's away. She's flying back now on she'll be flying back on Iskra right now. If
Who's
you read the
Iskra?
book, she's coming. And as soon as she reaches the island, she can teleport anywhere on the island.
Who's Iskra?
Iskra's a big birdie, that one that eats the dragons.
Said the what? She's a bird-eating dragon. No, a dragon-eating bird.
I've only saw him once and he was real scary. He's
Well,
bigger than
is
this
anywhere-
castle.
Oh dear.
But if
I
you
think
read the
we need to
book,
go
she's
up
coming
the
now.
stairs.
Let's put the book back and just leg it.
Nope. Where's the stairs?
The stairs are to the northwest. Are you going
I'm
to
gonna
have?
go-
Are you going to have a short rest or
Yeah, we're
a
going to
long
sit on the
rest or
stairs
what?
sit on the stairs and have a short rest. I would like a long rest, but I don't think we're going to get 8
That
hours.
is up to you.
I think we need to
Yeah.
go up the stairs, these stairs.
Yes,
Because she's
agreed.
going to come to this one first.
Up
Yeah.
the stairs.
Yep, up the stairs.
But
He says once she's back on the island, Akuma shouts, she knows where everybody and everything is on her island.
yeah, well, we'll just wait for her.
What?
Could we
Yeah.
get to the wheel?
Why are we running away from her?
Because she'll literally snuff us out as existence.
Because Tracy's just twacked our book from the vault. This is Ocean 13's without the handsome people.
Whoa. I'm handsome. So we just going to do a runner.
If you could
Before
go
she gets
upstairs
back.
out the way, I'd be awfully grateful because she's going to get mad and I don't think this room's big enough for me to hide in.
Can I do something right
Mhm.
beforehand? Can I coat the book in oil?
Yes.
Right, I'm going to do that.
The oil slides off the book. It won't take
And the
all.
pages.
Yes. You can try and tear the corner. You can't tear the corner.
And I can't coat it with oil.
No.
All right, okay.
This looks like bad. Right. So,
Why are we running away?
what are you doing? Where are you going? Are you going over to the...
Gosh, she's going to kill us.
Okay,
Well, the big bird won't be able to get
Obviously.
inside the castle.
that's
Well,
why I
she's
was
going
saying
ahead.
down here.
Yeah, but she's going to head to this room first.
Yeah, well, we're looking
Oh,
for
to know
her.
where we are anyway, won't you? Oh, well.
Yeah,
we'll just
so
stay
what's
here.
the point? She's going
Yeah,
to
but-
know where we are.
Yeah,
so if
so
we
I've-
go back to 10 towns, we're just going to drag an angry god to 10 towns so she can get some civilians along with us.
Yeah, I thought we were just going upstairs to scope the rest of the castle and meet her up there.
Yeah. Let's
No,
go and see
because
what else
Meeting
she's
her
got
down here is
upstairs.
better for us.
Let's go and read our bedroom.
How?
Because you can't get a bird down here. A
There might
giant dragon-eating bird is a bad idea.
There might
And
be
I've got a
more
feeling
books
the upper part-
upstairs.
How
Oh,
many
well,
hit
yeah,
points do you think a god's got?
What's a hit point?
You know what I mean.
There's always the ice giant tomb to check out.
Well, Def said that she'll be very weak. So it might be
Look,
easy
here's
to
my-
take her.
Here's my theory, right? No, hear us out. Here's my theory. We don't know what's going on. She does know what's going on. We find out what's going on. The book gives us leverage to talk to her.
Yeah, that's what I think. But I mean, regardless, she'll know if I've read it, so she's still going to be pissed. Let's just take the book with her.
Yeah, exactly. Take the book with us. Wait till she turns up. Have a chat. If it all goes wrong,
We'll be dead.
I'll distract her. You lot run.
Richie, what else is in the book? Bar that poem.
A lot of things, but they will take some time to decipher. Things not
Well,
meant to
that's
be
my
known by a
theory.
mortal, put it that way.
Oh no, she doesn't believe she's a god. I think we're about to get a
I
lesson in
just
if
think
she is.
She
Well,
draws
I
her
just
power
need to know
from this-
what you're doing
She
because
draws her power from this book, so I'm taking it with her.
Right. tell you what, I'll give you 3 choices. Tell us which one you want to do. We stay here and talk to her, right? We run like hell and go home and then read the book as much as we can to learn stuff. Or you run like hell and I stay and have a chat.
I think we stay here and talk to her.
She could just literally teleport in and blow us out of existence.
I think we're secret to destroying us in this book.
So it just occurs to me it might be worth checking out the town we haven't checked out yet in case there's anything in it that could help us against her if it all goes pear-shaped.
Possibly, but it depends how convincing we are at thinking of a way to destroy the book.
Valian, what do you think?
I think we're fucked.
I'll turn around to Valian and go, can we outrun a god?
She's like, she looks up from her pot and she went, oh, sorry, I was busy writing my last will and testament. Outrun a god, you say? Oh, I think we should have probably had a rest before we broke into the vault and stole our book. To whom it may concern, I donate all of my money to the dog's home in... What? Sorry?
Since the gods walked, has anyone killed a god that wasn't a god?
No.
So we can't outrun her and we can't outfight her, right?
Theoretically, yes.
There you go. Obvious answer. QED.
Why don't, right? If she knows where everybody is while she's on the island, why don't we get off the island, jump in the whale, we'll bugger off. She might know, she might be a god, but she might know where we are if we're off the island.
I'll wait for a use lot run.
No, I'm not going to leave you, Samwin.
Me neither.
The worst that can happen is she kills me, right? I'll be dead.
That's not new.
Use lot won't be, and the book will be safe.
Screw you guys, I'm going home. As Carmen said.
I'm not scared of her, right? I mean, but I can understand why anyone else would be. We can't outrun her, we can't outfight her, so we have to talk to her. Now, if she has, it's up to us if we do it as a group or you leave me to do it and use a lot leg it.
No, I'm staying with you. I'll face my consequences.
But that's assuming that she is going to talk and not just literally blighter.
Yeah, well, she's a god. What does she gain from just killing us?
Would she even care? It's like bloody us stepping on her ant.
No,
it wouldn't make any difference.
No, it does matter. Think about it. She preserves what's unique. All individuals are unique. You need to work out how a god is who they are. She's not a wanton destroyer. She's not a psychopath.
She's fucking Fruit Looped.
She is indeed Fruit Looped.
Yeah, she's going through something at the moment. We might need to fix that, right? Trust me, right? The worst that can happen here is we don't have a plan. We need a plan.
Right, we'll stay and talk to her.
You're going to take a rest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Out of curiosity, what's the possibility that the Frost Maiden is actually the minion of something else?
That was my thoughts.
It's very unlikely that that's the case, but I'm not a theologian, so I'm not sure how you control a god. I would expect difficultly.
That's presuming that she is actually a genuine, bona fide, 100% copper-bottomed god.
Yep, I'm with Corin on this.
Okay, then, quick question, Rich. Does anyone know what she did during the Time of Troubles? Because only the gods fell during the Time of Troubles.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
I do, but I don't know if it's something my character would know. But the Time of Troubles was like super famous.
I know what the Time of Troubles is, yes, but I don't know what she is.
Yeah, so I just don't understand why she wouldn't be a god. She's like got priests into temples. She's not a demon.
Right, so are you waiting here and having a rest, or are you just going to continue debating until something happens?
I'm waiting here and having a rest. If anyone wants to run,
how long are you trying to rest?
Them. Well,
can you mooch upstairs, Andy?
Can you do a long rest, but if it gets interrupted, call it a short rest?
Yes.
I'll do that.
Do that layman's hut. At least it'll be warm.
Yep, do that.
So you pop a layman's hut, and the Karma goes, "Oh, a new toy," and he's like sliding over the top of it, maybe trying to hump it. You're not sure. I am going to be extremely kind to you guys. I am get a long rest, but before your layman's hut spells, it vanishes with an audible pop-one sound. Standing before you is a large creature with the head of an owl. It's Auril, the famous.
I look across at Salwin and go, "She's home."
And she says, "Bear witness to my countenance, and no fear, thieves." And then she teleports. Simon, she teleports next to you and Lantesh. But you know she's teleported where she should just disappear and appear. But it's like in a strobe light effect as she
Just appears.
she blinks across the room and appears next to you. And Villian goes, "Oh shit!" And then combat starts. She just tears into Lantesh, screaming, "Thief!"
Does Corin have the opportunity to shout across the sandworm, start talking?
I was about to. Just start fighting first. I'll fight, I'll chat.
Okie dokie. Oh, bloody hell.
A large owl figure with horns of a ram, razor sharp talons, and it begins to tear into Lantesh.
Oh, awesome.
Can we have some initiatives? The only word that she mutters from then on is thieves.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, so she gets to go first. She's not that quick. Lantesh, she tears into you with owl talons.
Cast
And
shield.
Crits!
I'm saying
There's a
cast
good
shield
start.
Lantesh.
as a reaction.
Yes, you can cast shield. Our first hit, however, is a crit at 27.
I don't even want to say this.
I want to say how many multi-attacks you get. Okay. Right, so the first one rips into you, but you take half damage, but so does Ed. Get rid of that now because as she rips into you again with her other claws. Very well. We now go to normal initiative. Lantesh, you are up first. She starts tearing into you. 9 feet tall, terrible of countenance.
I want to try talking to her.
Okay.
Use kill, I'll talk.
Attack.
Trust us.
You want to talk to her?
Kill her, I'll talk to her.
Okay. Do you know what would work on a god? I'm going to cast greater invisibility on myself. I don't know whether that'll work or anything. And move away from her.
Right. As you move away, she sees you and hits you.
Oh.
She gets another claw attack.
All right.
I feel awful about this, Jesse, but I'm afraid you're just going to
Right,
get the smack down. It's taking more damage, and your great invisibility drops because she hit you.
Bullshit.
It takes more damage. Is that your turn? You have now moved away, however.
Yep.
Right, it's the end of your turn, yes?
Yep.
Yeah, she uses a legendary action. Salmon, she claws you. She hits you, you're taking slashing damage plus cold damage. Next up, Salmon. She is a legendary creature, a god, if you will. Every time somebody uses a turn, she gets to do a legendary action at the end of your turn.
Auril, we haven't came here to steal from you. We're here to find out what's happening to the people of this place and what Levistus has to do with it. If you make us fight you, we will fight you.
You read from the book. You die.
Okay, we'll do it that way then. Right, I am going to light her up.
Never looked in your book.
Seems sensible.
4th level Scorching Ray.
Right, as you hit her, you notice she's staggering. Something that should be this powerful. The damage is burning her quite seriously. A fur catches fire. Is that your turn?
No, I'm going to say, what are you? And I'm going to try and...
God. Is that your turn finished?
Yeah.
Okay, legendary action. Cost 2 actions. Oh, yes, she uses Touch of Frost upon you, Al.
Counter spell.
It is an ability. So you cast your counter spell, though. It's all right, she only rolled a 30 to hit.
Oh, that's not great.
Right, so you take cold damage, 15 cold damage, and you are unable to take reactions until the start of your next turn.
Oh, that's not great.
Next up, we have a ban.
Right, I shall rage
Yeah, you will.
and I shall attack.
Bizarrely, it's applied the words to her. Right, you hit.
Then I will use action surge, and for my last attack, I will try to distract and strike.
Okay, right, so you
Wow.
strike her. Instead of killing her, her body immediately turns to slush. Just goes and just collapses in a puddle on the floor.
Damn, I wasted that fucking ability strike.
I'll turn around to Valia and say, is that a simulacrum?
Villian goes, I don't think so. And then the slush reforms. This time, a 9-foot tall woman made out of shards of ice. Thieves.
We haven't stolen anything.
Appears exactly where she was. Right, she touches you, Sanwin.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Inappropriately.
Definitely inappropriately. A small gem-sized ice crystal hovers in the air next to her.
Oh my God, she's so important. She's got an asterisk.
Right, Earl. Earl disappears.
Uh-oh.
Inside this crystal, you see a tiny wee version of Earl beating on the inside the crystal, mouthing, help, help to me.
Oh, shit.
You are stunned.
You're right, I am.
You are stunned. And so this is not good. So you are stunned, save end, and you take more cold damage. So she does that, and then she fires a cone of cold, hitting Ben, Valiant, and Corin. Right, blast hit you, and then she teleports, bing, appearing there. That is the end of her turn. Next up, we have Corin.
Sorry. Okay. Well, I suppose we'd better do the usual, hadn't we? Right. Let's see how this plays.
You hit the arrow sticks in her.
And she can have another one, because I'm nice like that. There you go. Pick the bones out of that. I'm not running away. I'm just getting some height.
Right, okay. So you run away.
No.
She gets a legendary action. She pulls off one of her shards of ice, casting it to the ground. And where she casts it in front of her, a small icy creature appears. It appears right here.
What the hell is that? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
next up we have Isha.
Can you banish a god?
You can try.
I'll just target it and I'll cast. What am I going to cast? Guiding Bolt at level 3.
Did it not happen once before we banished a god? Or sent one off to another dimension or something? Or am I completely misremembered? I probably am.
No, I think we did banish a god.
It's a hit. It's a big hit, 29. Nice, don't forget to apply the effect. Nice hit. It seems to be working. You seem to be taking chunks of her, no problems. Is that your turn?
I will throw a hail on a Corin.
Thank you very much.
Nice one. She has used her legendary actions for this turn. Next we have Valien, who has a lot of touch spells and goes, I am not getting anywhere near that. Moves up here, fires some magic missiles at her, because she's got all of her spells are pretty much touch. Force, pew pew pew, and then Ed 209, Tracy.
Go on, Twitter one.
Ed moves away. The ice method gets a attack of opportunity on him, and Ed's hurting pretty bad. He is going to use. Ooh, got to be a melee attack, hasn't it? So yeah, he claws at Ed as Ed moves past him. He hits. He takes slashing damage. Okay, you have moved him up to her. Ed swings at her and misses, even with advantage. New round.
Right.
Ice method. There's just a sphere of fog. Everybody's sight is blocked by a huge
I'm outside
sphere
the
of
area though.
fog. Everything inside the fog and shooting through it is heavily obscured. And that it's turn.
So I can't see it.
Lantesh? No, you can't see anything. Everything is obscured by a fog cloud.
Can I dispel magic the fog cloud?
You can. Boom.
You.
It's gone. End of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll get an action. She will swing her icy morning star at Ed, who is right next to her. Misses. And the second attack hits. Ed is now heavily injured. And Salmon, you take damage. You're heavily injured. You're still trapped in the crystal. You get a saving throw. You fail. So you're still trapped within the crystal.
Can I cast a spell?
No, you are stunned. That's what your save was for.
Ah, right, okay.
Pretty badly hurt. Next up, we have Auril. Auril will snap a piece of herself off and throw it down, creating another ice method. Oh, she has a lair action while on her island. Okay, so she disappears, teleports, and appears right next to Lantesh. Right behind you. That is her turn. Ben, it is your turn.
Do I not get an attack of opportunity?
No, she's teleporting. You do see her blinking though, like I said, it's like a strobe light. As she should just disappear and reappear, but it's almost as if you see her blinking across space, as if it's not working correctly. Ben, it is your turn. You charge at her. It's a hit. Go on there. Cutting into the ice. Chunks of ice and icy water fall away from her form.
I'll do another distracting attack on her,
You hit.
and then I'll cast second wind on myself.
Earl, you beat your tiny fists against the inside of this crystal shouting help, but they go unheard.
You only get one action surge, a long rest or short rest, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay, she's going to take her legendary action and swing her icy morning star at Lantesh. It's a miss with a 1. Oh, that sucks. Next up, we have Corin.
Right. I'm going to move a bit first. Arrows.
It's a hit. She's injured. The bang. It's the big hit. There's 2 arrows. Thud, thud into the strange icy flesh.
Right. And an extra bit of movement. That should do.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's me done.
That's your turn. Okay, she's going to use Ice Flurry. All non-magical flames are extinguished. So ice and snow whips around, cutting into everybody around her within 30 feet.
Will that method of hers take damage as well?
And he's within 30 feet as well. What, the thing made of ice take damage from the ice?
So is that 30-foot radius?
Yeah.
That's a nifty.
Isn't it just? Right, so ice shards whip around, sticking into you. Oh, she's going to have to use this more often. It's pretty badass. You all take a bunch of damage. Andy, you drop your spells as you have lost concentration. So a tiny little bit of damage applied in the right locations.
Yeah.
But that is her out of legendary actions for this turn. You'll be happy to hear. Aisha, it is your turn.
So pleased.
I will hit her with Guiding Bolt again, upcast to level 3.
Poor Earl, you shouldn't have been so good with them fire spells, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Roll your damage and then apply your effect. Bam! You hit her with the Guiding Bolt. Sploosh! Once more. It turns to slush and it just instantly crashes to the ground in a puddle.
She'll be coming back.
Villian is going to machine gun one of those ice methods with her magic missiles of magicness. Wounding it. Next up we have Ice Method. Ice Method casts Fog Cloud. Because why wouldn't he? The shit. Fog Cloud everywhere. Everything is heavily obscured. Next up we have the unusually husky Ice Method, who jumps forward to attack you, basically, because Earl's in a little crystal. He targets you. He claws at you with his little icy claws. Oh no, he's got Frost Breath class, so he breathes upon you. If you succeed, so you take basically shit damage. It's a shame. Next up we have Lan Tesh.
I've got a theory, right? And I'm going to test it. I'm going to start reading the entire script from that book because I think it's weakened her. I've just got this. I don't know, something like it.
Okay, you start to read. You hear the walrus go, "Oh shit!" Okay, that is your turn. Salmon, sorry mate, you take more damage. You need to make the saving roll, mate.
Ouch.
You succeed. You're going to appear anywhere within 30 feet of where you are as you pop out from this tiny little crystal on heavy damage.
There, next to Lantesh.
Okay, so you appear next to Lantesh. Corin, it is your turn. You are engulfed in fog and can not see anything. Bugger all.
Right. I'll move over there to try and get out of this fog. Oh, right. Well, hang on. That's the only thing I can say. So, I'll save the spells for the minute. Give it another one.
Right, thunk, the fog cloud vanishes and the creature dies horribly.
Right, and for my bonus action...
And for my next trick, says Corin.
Yep, hang on. I'm sure I've got something useful that's a bonus action. Wait a minute. Oh, right. All right, then, for my bonus action, I'm just going to stand there and look pretty. That will do.
Next up, the slush forms until it is just a crystal hanging in the air.
Here we go again.
The crystal blinks out, teleports, appearing down here, and then is immediately covered in a dense fog, covering itself and half a room.
Where the hell has it gone?
That is its turn, or her turn. It's some kind of weird glowing floating crystal. Next up we have Aisha.
Smack the Ice Method.
You do, with a loud crack across the head.
And I will cast another heal on Corin.
Oh, thank you very much.
Is that your turn?
Indeed.
Excellent. As you do this, an icy cold blue beam shoots out, aimed at Samwyn, as she takes one of her legendary actions. Polar Rare.
Oh, forgot about
Is
it.
it a spell?
Yes.
Counterspell it.
What level is this fucking thing then?
I don't know, but I'm using level 3.
Okay. Right, you can't spell the blue ray that comes out and it sputters as it hits you. It does no damage. Velian.
I'm on 80 points and my arse was flapping there.
Velian. She knows everything about you when you're on her island.
Is it not time we left?
Velian machine guns the bam, kills the ice method. Boom, dead baby. End of turn. So another blue beam lances out at you, Will.
I've used my action, so there's nothing I can do.
That one hits.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Yeah. You've got another scar. That's 3 scars you got. You go
I
down.
know.
Lantesh.
Do I get the end of the passage?
You do. It rumbles. You just seem to have made her angrier.
I've I've got any bloody potions left for Sandwin.
Wait a minute. I
Right,
might
she's out in the middle of nowhere, isn't she, now? Where the hell is she? Down south somewhere.
She'd seen her teleport southward, but obviously your dark vision's cut to 50 feet.
Do you see the direction where the beam came from?
Yeah. Roughly directly above the south passage to the vault.
I'll have a go at casting lightning bolt in that area because
Okay.
I know not.
Do you want to move past Ben first before you start shooting? Or are you just going to shoot through him?
No, I'm not shooting through him. I'll move. Should be all right there, shouldn't I?
Don't know. Can you see her?
No.
Well, no then. What you can see is the edge of a huge cloud of icy particles.
I'll move another 10 feet. Yeah, and
You see
I
a
know.
spherical cloud.
Right, and see something in the cloud. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm going to lightning bolt that.
Casting lightning into the cloud. She failed her save. Woo! Does 20 damage. Wounding her at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
A beam shoots out at Lantesh. It hits Lantesh and you feel cold bite into you as you take heavy damage. Next up we have Ben. If you're not in melee range with her and you use it to hit roll, you are at disadvantage.
I shall dash to there.
Okay?
Well, I can't attack anyway, can I?
Not with a
'Cause I've
dash.
dashed.
End of turn. It's our last beam. Hurrah! She's going to shoot out at Corin now
Oh, fucking lovely.
as the blue beam lashes out.
Bingo.
Taking 10 cold damage. Doesn't seem to be a lot, but
Right. Well, if it's my turn, I'm going to have to. If I dash, I can't give Sandman a potion this turn anyway, can I?
no.
No. Well, I might as well dash and get there.
Right, she's sadly out of legendary actions. So she's just going to blaze at you twice. Actually, she can do a lot less on her turn than she can on everybody else's. It's quite sad. First one rolls, disadvantage, hits. You take cold damage. Second one fires, bounces off your shield. Next up we have Isha.
I cast Spare the Dying on someone.
Isn't that a touch? So you run over them, yeah?
Okay, I run over them.
Okay. You are stabilized, Sanran.
Woo!
You are not dead.
Is that the conscious with 1 hit point thing?
No, that's
No,
can't
the
die.
point.
Well, no.
All right.
He can die if she starts attacking him again. And she knows everything about you, including your hit points and your effects. So you've done that. Is there anything else you want to do?
Am I at a disadvantage if I cast Toll the Dead on her for hitting?
No, it's only if you roll an attack roll. However, she does seem to be highly magic resistant as she is rolling with advantage against spells.
Well, I'll try it anyway. Might get a little bit.
Indeed. Right, all of these animal bags, she succeeds, so she takes no damage.
Okay, and I will move the last of my couple of moves down. I'm not going to dash though. I'm going to try and put myself between the line of fire and the Sandman, just in case.
Right, so
Try and
sadly,
do
she's
it.
out of legendary actions for this round, so Velian is going to move forward and then machine gun the highest level magic missile she can, so that she doesn't have to roll to hit. Which is indeed a level 3, so that is... Where have you gone, magic? There you are. Right, so she's zap into Auril. Next up we have Ed. Tracy?
Well, I'm going to leave him there, right? Because I know as long as he's there, he's a bit of a buffer for me to try and take on her. So, yeah, I'm going to leave him there.
Okay. Next turn, her Lantesh.
I'm going to magic missile.
Sure, could use some reinforcements in here. You shoot magic missiles. Go ahead. What level?
It's level 3.
Right, so you machine gun away, and is that your turn?
It is, yes. Another level
Sandman
3.
is on the floor, unconscious. Again, Ben, it is your turn.
Do another distracting one.
Okay. Right, the first one bounces off a crystalline shell. Roll the second. That one hits, so you can apply the damage to that one, and then spend your superiority dice. Yeah, do the damage, and then apply the effect. It's a strong hit. The crystal cracks at this. Is that your turn, Dave?
Yeah, there's no else I can do.
Okay. Corin, it is your turn.
Right. Well, first of all, I'm going to bind my wounds because it needs doing.
Okay.
That's a bit better. Tick that off. Right. And I guess I'm going to stay here and prepare to give a portion of healing to Sandman. But I can't do both this round, can I?
No.
No. Right. Well, I'll stop here to give a portion of healing to Sandman.
Okay, it is Auril. So she regains her legendary actions, and Dave, she just starts shooting cold beams at you. Zap, zap. Sadly, it's pretty much all she can do. First one misses. Second one, double ones, extra misses. End of her turn.
He actually shoots herself.
Yeah.
Doesn't she?
Well played.
Alicia, it is your turn.
I'm going to move in and I'm going to cast Bane on her.
Oh, I like it.
I don't know
You've
what
only
that
got to
does.
move
but I
at
like
30,
the sound of
mind.
Yeah, it's okay.
it. Ow.
Is being a touch spell or no?
No,
Okay.
it's 30-foot range.
Go ahead. Make her safe as you attempt to bane her. She succeeds.
Never mind.
Are you doing anything with your bonus actions?
If I can see Lantesh, I can still, well, I've still got line
Earl
of
is
sight
on the
her.
ground.
Yeah,
On
Earl's-
0 hit
I've
points.
lost, yeah, but I've lost sight of Earl.
Well, I'll allow you to have cast that before you move if you want.
Okay, I'll do that.
Because you can cast, then move, then cast. Just because you're getting your asses kicked. So throw whatever you've got. Earl, you wake up on the floor. Very
Oh,
cold.
thank fuck for that. Right. I'll play dead until it's my turn.
Okay, so she uses, now that you've moved close, uses her legendary action to cast Blinding Gleam. Yes, that's as fun as it sounds. And all people within 10 feet of her have to make a save and throw as she glows with a fierce blinding light.
In the fog.
And you both succeed, you bastards. All right. Bastards, okay.
That means she could have blinded herself.
Villian, no, it doesn't mean she could blind herself, Dave. Really? Villian
Well, she
machine
could have,
guns
yeah.
the highest level magic missile she can.
Just turn on your full beam in the fog.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's like, fuck! Blown off her high level spells. The crystal cracks. She has one more action, so she fires a beam at Villian. Because, like, that bitch shot me. A blue beam shoots out. Ow, she says, and it's Ed's turn, Tracy.
Stay where he is.
Okay, he's almost fully healed. We're back to Lantesh.
Does she look very? Does she look
She
weak?
is cracked.
Okay. I'll do another magic missile because I don't want to hurt Davy or Aisha.
Yeah.
And I certainly don't want to be rolling to hit. At level 3 again.
Is
Aha,
that
it's-
your turn?
Yeah, yes it is.
Sadly, she's used a turn. We're trying to
Does she look,
blind Dave.
did it look as though it was doing anything, the magic missile, by the way?
She's cracked. Sandman, you're on the floor, playing dead.
Use half my movement to stand up. As I'm standing up, I'll cast heightened magic. Oh, God, this is dangerous. It would be really nice if she was in a square as opposed to, in between 4 of them. Is she large?
She is not large.
Okay.
She's only small. She's a small floating crystal with a bright blue light coming out of it. What are you going to do, El? Remember, she's heavily obscured, so if you're rolling to hit, you're going to be disadvantaged.
Eat that bitch.
So you're going to fireball her.
Yep.
Okay?
It's heightened, so she's a disadvantage.
Okay. Roll the
Yeah.
save. Hold on. Half damage. Yes, she succeeds. Boom. There's an explosion of fire. David almost takes your beard off. And Aisha, it appears right next to you. Just this massive explosion of fire.
And you hear in the air, lighten up, sweet chicks.
The crystal turns to face you once more, Il.
Oh, here we go again.
Ben, it is your turn as you have your beard singed off by this fireball. That was good shooting, Noel. That was some sexy ass shooting, that.
Yeah,
I'll
my
do-
arse is flapping at the minute, so,
I do what I did before. First attack, and then the last one, I'll do my final.
Yep, do your damage. Right, with a mighty blow, Ben
I'm going to cast the effect on it just to get the bitch comes back.
lifts his axe, brings it down on the crystal. The crystal tinkles, shatters. Psh, they fall, tinkling to the ground, and then slowly dissolve into mush. All disappears. Room small.
What
Time we
happens
left
to this
before
blue
she
light?
comes back again.
This time, she doesn't reappear. As she was reappearing on her turn. You wait. You all stand at ready, but no, there's no sign of Auril.
Oh.
The body of Auril once more collapses into slush, and although you cannot see it, the clouds above part and the sun begins to shine weakly through. In 10 towns, the people are coming out of their houses and are cheering as the weak sunlight washes over them. Temperature is visibly raised, a sure indicator that the curse of Icewind Dale has been lifted. It's gone from a -30 to a -20. The snow on the floor swirls to form the shape of Auril's face, which speaks, "Foolish mortals, The cold was the only thing keeping the portal from opening fully. I now wash my hands of the affairs of mortals in this place. The doom of the whole world now lies in the Netherese city of Yithrin. The snow flurries and the face disappears into 1,000 fluttering snowflakes. Villian exclaims, well, shit, now the clock is really ticking, except this time we don't know what the time is set to.
I'll turn around and say, why, when we tried to talk to her, didn't she just tell us this?
I don't know.
Mysterious saving of worlds doesn't help.
Yeah.
Distinct lack of information from this god, very upset, will leave her a very bad review.
Brilliant.
This Professor Orb knows where this city is.
Yeah, so you say, Professor Skank, information on Yithrin. Even among the legendary Netherese cities, Yithrin is a legend, as it disappeared before all of the other cities fell. Rare documents indicate that this was the hub of research into the magic of chronomancy. All modern time-affecting spells are assumed to derive from the work performed in Yithrin, such as haste, slow, time stop, etc. The one surviving document was an incomplete missive from the city leader, and it reads, we have found a way to increase the power of the city Mythalar 100-fold, and we will activate it tonight, for this will allow us to... C. Red. Chronomancy. Mythalar. Flying cities. City fall.
It was a flying city. It disappeared. Great. So it could be anywhere.
Well, it hasn't been where we were.
It's
So
a
just have
city.
to look so where places we haven't been.
We'll just get David to pick a random coordinate on the map. It's bound to be there.
Wait a minute. Which city was this, the Ed unit built for? Do we know?
Now the professor's here, he can hold it up, and he examines the work closely, and he says, yes, this is a unit from the city of Yithrin, Eastern District, Model 209.
Is that the city we're looking for?
That's the one she mentioned, Yithrin.
So if Lantesh asked the guide us to take us to the city, we just have to follow it.
It will not
we
do
know
that.
we know where the city is.
Do you know?
Yeah, we know where a bit of it is. Didn't this thing seem to have clawed its way out of that tower?
It did.
Well, wouldn't that mean that it was in the tower, which means the tower was probably part of Yithrin,
That is a reasonable assumption.
which means Yithrin's around there somewhere. We just need to be able to look down.
Villian says,
Now,
there has to be an entrance, but I don't know how we would find it.
Griffins?
well, if we
Joker?
could go above or below, we could find it. Wait a minute. If it was in there and it got out, it left a way out. It's not a big subtle thing.
If you remember,
I mean,
it appeared that the tower
doors.
had fallen off something and was upside down.
Oh,
So, if
Oh.
anything, the city is up in the air somewhere above where the tower fell.
no, I'm pretty sure the city isn't up in the air.
Or it's come off on the way to its crash landing.
Where was the city at again? No. I'm looking at the map. Where was the upside down tower?
Lost Spire.
Spire.
She said it's impossible. Nobody knows where it is.
Yeah, they do.
I bet Gant knows. He's the knower of things.
Well, shit, says Valian again.
I think we should go and check out a room in that tomb and that.
Yeah, I suppose we could search the place. Might be something here.
Very well. The tomb is just to the channel to the north.
I would like a rest first because I'm literally held together with spit.
Well,
You
I'm trying
have
to
used a
help
long rest. You can only do a short rest.
A short
you. I'm
rest.
going to heal you up a bit.
Thank you so much.
But the temperature has dropped from a -80 to a balmy -40.
Wow. It's like summer.
Are you taking a short rest?
Yeah.
You can spend half your hit dice on healing people.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Your walrus friend comes out and goes, "You killed her." Well, you send her away. Brissy, you know that as long as a god has a worshipper, it can never be truly killed.
We should go to Sky Tower after this.
Champion. And I get a spell slot back, yeah?
You gain 1 with your arcane recovery, yes. So bloodied, tired, but you have removed the rime of the Frost Maiden.
I've burned some points to give us my 4th slot back. Right. I think we search the shit out of this place, bail out, and want to go to Sky Tower and see if we can persuade your people to take us on a griffin ride above the Lost Spire.
Okay, so you have the door to the north. The passageway leads to an anvil-shaped room with a door set into the far wall. Flanking the door are bas-reliefs of 2 female frost giants holding great axes. Runes are carved into the door's surface. Brissy, you can read it as follows. In ice and blood our folk are born. To our great queen we raise our horn. We'll fight and plunder in the morn. To Vasaviken we are sworn.
What's Vasaviken?
I will pass this information on.
Vasaviken is a famous frost giant chieftainess, a bit like the Boudica of frost giants.
All right. And you're all right with us robbing this tomb? Because it went badly last time we did this. Seem to recall not sleeping for a little while and then not being a werebear anymore.
So the rhyme is gone. However, your dark vision still hasn't returned to normal.
Well, go on then. I'll go and open the door.
Stepping forward, you open the door into a chamber that you've seen before. Standing either side of the door on the far side is a frost giant skeleton wielding a rusty anchor. The pinpricks of light in their eye sockets brighten as they register your presence.
Oh, fucking hell. I look over my shoulder at Sandman and go, do you want to talk to those? No.
Oh, no, I'm done talking. Now we're just going to blow shit up.
Lantesh is up first again. Wow.
We're getting gooder at this.
They step forward, wielding their rusty anchors.
Right. I
That
shall
sounds rather rude.
move. There, that should be the 25 to there, because I've moved around people, so I'm not having to walk through them.
Okay, so you step forward into the doorway.
And what other, sorry, again? Can you?
Frost giant skeletons.
Oh, God. Gee, God. Scorching Ray.
Oh.
Keeping it at level 2, because I don't want to run out too many spell slots.
You fire the first one, that misses. The second one hits.
Jesus Christ. Jesus God Lord. Right.
Right, you burn some of the rags off them.
Fucking 6 damage. I'll turn around, look at Sanway and go, just warming up.
Okay.
Oh, I'm like,
Ben, it is your turn next.
I shall move forward. Rage.
Yeah, you've got to be running out of rages now. Rari says. Okay, Dave runs forward into the middle, past Lantesh, biting his lip. Rawr.
All right, then.
Start swinging there, my dwarven friend. You hit the guard with the morose chortle. Nice. Hitting it with the warhammer, Dave. It seems to do extra damage to it.
Yeah, skellies are like that.
At the end of your turn. Corin.
Right. I will move over a wee bit so that I don't put this directly in Dave's left ear. I shall save spells for now and just try a couple of arrows. You're joking. That's better.
Oh, he's got a cursed scream. As he's shooting full of arrows.
There we go.
Nice. End of turn. Salmon.
hello, boys. Twin spell, level 4, Scorching Rays. So I'll target one first.
Pew pew.
No, no, it's not. There you go.
Oh, it's crit. Big boy hits.
Wow.
Not impressed, though. Not impressed.
Whoa. Whoa. My dice are bad.
Your dice are hot tonight.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Okay, there's Ed, but he can't really get through. Tracy is next.
That's fair.
Okay, so then we have Fisher.
I target the left-hand one, and I will tour the dead at him.
He succeeds. Does no damage.
Oh,
Is there anything
wait,
else you wish to do?
Wait a minute.
No.
Where's me bash?
Can she do anything nasty to undead? I know she can inanimate them. No, she can't. Villian is woefully stuck for just normal boom spells. Frost Giant Morose Chortle targets Dave, standing in front of it. Uses its freezing stare upon you, Dave, which you succeed at. And so the second one swings at you twice with its enormous anchor. It hits the first time, misses the second time. End of round. Lantesh, we are back to you.
Woohoo. Right. Let's try that again.
More spell slots.
No, this time I think we'll go with we'll go with a firebolt. I think might have more luck. Fuck. Right, that's my go.
Ben, you again. Swinging away with that warhammer. Bang! Smashes the skeleton to pieces. Oh, you've broken away its arms and several of its ribs. Anything else, or are you done?
I shall move into there.
Okay.
So if
you
anybody
dance
else
around
wants
the
to get
skeleton.
closer.
Corin.
Right. I shall move over there for a bit better shot. I'll leave the doorway open. And then there we go.
Excellent.
That'll do.
I will chuck a firebolt.
I thought he nearly said fireball there for a minute.
Now, I could if you wanted, but you do want.
Okay, Ed is stuck again, yeah? We are up to Isha.
I am going to squeeze past Villian if I can.
Yeah, it's 10 feet of movement, though.
Should probably enjoy
You's a
that.
big dude.
And I'm going to cast Turn Undead.
Go ahead. It fails, and it turns and runs in the corner.
So get an
The
opportunity
power of
attack
Christ
with it?
compels thee.
You do get an opportunity attack, yeah. I believe they get another save if they're attacked. Is that true? If they
Oh,
take
I know
damage.
idea.
I missed.
I
Doesn't
Right,
actually
no
say.
clue.
So next up is Billion. It's like, okay, I can't say it. I'll wait. And it's a minute, isn't it? So yeah, it just cowers in the
Yeah.
corner. Next up, Lantesh again.
Is that the only one that's left? Yeah.
It is.
Firebolt. Come on, baby. Work this time. Oh, you're kidding me.
And finally, Ben once more.
I shall move up to it.
And just batter it with a hammer.
Tesha appears to be channeling Shashelian.
Sorry?
Or a stormtrooper, one of the two.
Right, with a quick
Aye.
swing, he shatters the leg of a giant. It falls down on one leg, and then he smashes its skull to a pulp 3 or 4 times.
Champion.
Well done, that party. You have defeated the 2 giants. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Well, I wouldn't
A
quite go
door
that far.
lies before you.
Opens the door.
Right, so Salmon steps forward, opens the door. The chamber contains a dead female frost giant encased in a solid block of ice carved to resemble a standing sarcophagus. The block of ice is 25 feet tall, 12 feet wide, and 10 feet thick. Behind the entombed ice giant, embedded in the north wall, is a door made of ice. The ceiling is carved in the scowling visage of a male frost giant with an icy beard. Percy, you recognise it as Thrym, evil god of frost giants.
Ooh, I'll let everybody know.
What's the chance that he's going to be cross if we steal our stuff? And 2, where's our stuff to steal?
There is no stuff in her. She's just wearing like a death robe, and there's a door at the back of the room.
Oh, best go and have a look at the door then.
Aye.
So just Salmon stepping forward.
No, I'll go with him.
Everybody,
move up
everybody
this
steps
door.
into the room. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to keep an
Not
eye on
quite.
the giant.
The giant is unmoving. This
Aye,
is presumably Vesvixen.
I'll cover people from there.
Sandman pops the door open without nary thing. Leaning against the back wall of this room is a formidable weapon, a giant-sized great axe, its steel head resting on the icy floor.
That's
This
a
is
more
engraved
human
with
thing.
Vasaveken.
Do I know anything about this weapon? The legends about it?
Give us a history check. Let's have a look. It's going to have to be a good one.
It would sell that.
There are some strange runes along the shaft and the blade. 16. No, it just seems like the signature weapon of that frost giant lady. You have heard of her. She was like I said, the bodyguard for frost giants.
Somebody detect magic if they can on the weapon.
Takes 10 minutes. We've
Do
got 10 minutes.
identify? If you can identify, it must be magic. It will say. So it just say casting.
Yeah, but identify only does one thing. Where detect magic, I can walk through for the next 10 minutes and see what is magical.
All right.
Is
So
that
you-
axe even too big for me to wield?
Yes, it's huge. However, it does detect magical, and were one to spend an hour attuning to it, it would change in size, as it has magical runes down the blade to be usable by the wielder. But you still only have one hand. It's a great axe.
Keep it for now. I might.
Yeah, I think
Well, you
should have
can't.
it
You
anyway.
can't carry it. You cannot get it out of the room. It's like massive.
Attune
You
to it,
have
you
to
don't
attune to
wield
it to get it out of the room.
Well, we can set
It's
up in here
15
for an hour.
feet tall and weighs 650 pounds.
I can drag that.
I can get the coat and pot on in the meantime.
It'll look
Right. What can I drop?
It's a great axe, though. You've got one hand. Remember, you can't use them.
Aye, but when I get my hand back, I'll be able to use it.
Seems daftness leaving it here. Is it not worth an hour of just sitting on our arses for an hour so you can attune to it?
Can do.
Then at least you can carry it to bring it
Yeah.
out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you
It's good behind the bar.
can take a short rest. That's the last rest you get for the day.
Well, if you cast identify, you'll know what it'll do and all that.
It'll look good behind the bar if no else.
All of your rests are gone. After an hour, the axe shrinks down, Gracie, and it's still an enormous axe, but it's small enough for you to now carry.
All right, I'll stick it on my back
Awesome.
until I get my hand back.
What you need is some sort of strange prosthesis that carries a hobbit. And I'll hold one end of the axe with 2 hands, and you use the other hand, and we'll swing together.
Okay, so now that you've collected the axe and had your short rest,
We've still got upstairs to look out at the tower, haven't we?
Yeah, let's go.
seems like a sensible plan. You head back up the stairs. Bye! The
you
walrus
later, dude.
says, bye.
Do you want to come with us? Because I don't think you're going to be getting fed anytime.
I was going to say I can't actually get out.
Can anybody
dear.
cast reduce on them?
No, I haven't got anything like that. Could widen the doorway though for him to get out, surely.
Yeah, if the doorway's made of ice, I can definitely widen it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you, I'll say you take a couple of hours to widen the door enough so you can hop up outside.
Yeah, so that's where the good guys.
And off he jolly well fucks. He says, I'll wait for you outside. Thanks for this. Thanks so much.
Our whale will be about. Go and chat to him.
Oh, you've got a whale. That sounds fun.
Friendly. He's a whale. You have a whale of a time.
You'll have a whale of a time.
You all could really enjoy yourself.
Oh, wait till he meets
Don't
Dwarf.
yeah, well, but don't get the hump with him.
That meets my seal of approval.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
that was funny.
Gross.
Right, so you head back upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there an upstairs in this place as
There
well
is
that
an
needed looking
upstairs.
at?
There is very much an upstairs in the corner of the room.
Head on up then.
Yeah. I'll go up with you, Dave.
What the fuck
Right,
is
so you
that?
slowly head up the stairs. It winds round and it heads up into a semicircular room that has a forest of icicles hanging from the ceiling, some of them as much as 8 feet long. Along the curved wall to the south stands an enormous throne of ice decorated with carved images of winter wolves and mastodons, and across from the throne in the north wall is an open doorway.
Go on.
Go.
Poke me head through the open doorway.
Pointing you head through the open doorway, you see a set of stairs leading up. The room contains wrecked furnishings that suggest it once used as a frost giant's bedchamber. A bitterly cold wind blows down a staircase to the east, at the bottom of which snow has accumulated. You hear the loudest hawk-like screech to the point it almost bursts your eardrums, coming from up above.
Oh, that'll be a dragon eating Purdy, won't it?
Yeah. I think better of going up the stairs. And I point at the rest of the party, point up the stairs and do the little flappy hands bit.
Oh, we're going to be in the shit even if we walk out the tower. It's going to attack us, isn't it?
Yeah, but if we can catch it while it's eating the walrus.
And you're the ranger.
That's right.
So you've poked your head around here, Andy.
But let's face it, we all of us forgot to say, but when you get up the top of the stairs, don't go outside or the giant dragon-eating bird might eat you. So I'm not prepared to take all the blame for that one.
Well, I did say it might still be about.
Well, are we going to deal with the bird or are we going to try and leg it and not deal with the bird?
Depends how big the bird is.
It eats dragons.
Right.
A dragon might be a form of small lizard, and it's,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. just have a sneaky mooch up and see if you can see it from, like, down the stairs where it hopefully either won't see you or can't attack you.
Aye, fair enough. Right, hang on. Which stairs do I need to go up? Which them ones in the corner?
Yeah. So you head
Right.
And I always like resurrect and bite your head off.
Thanks very
one of the
much.
other ones. But them ones.
Oh, sorry, those ones. Right, I'll walk straight past them. Right, well, I shall stealth up the stairs, one stair at a time, until I can just see it. Like by sort of poking one eyeball around the corner.
Right. It's got sort of white and blue Arctic plumage, but you're not sure because you can only see from the top of the staircase, like the top of its drumstick, and that completely engulfs the entire 5-foot square stairs that you can see, unless you creep up and have a look further up.
No, that'll do, mate. Presumably I can estimate size from that.
Yeah, it looks to be 2 to 3 times the size Arviaturus was.
Right. I'll come sneaking very quietly down the stairs again, up to the party and go, it's fucking huge.
I wonder if I could banish the fucker.
It makes that dragon we met look like a chihuahua.
Ah, okay.
There's only one legendary creature, Andy, you've heard of that's that big, and that will be the rock.
Can you smell what it's cooking?
You can smell what it's cooking. It's going to perform the people's talent on you.
So, do I think it's probably a rock?
You do,
Or
yes.
the rock?
The rock.
Richie, is it ready to rumble?
It is, yes.
Oh, God. Right, I shall impart this delicious piece of information. In my humble opinion, it's a rock, or they rock, or a rock.
So we're stuck between this and a hard place then.
Correct.
Oh, dearie.
Well done, son. I'm impressed with that one.
Dave, you get a point. Oh, you've already got a point of your inspiration, so you would get another one for that.
Oh, go on, give them 2.
I can't. It's you give people 1, or I would most certainly do that. So you cower in the throne room. Other than the icicles which are just sitting there. The place is just wrecked. It appears that the bed has been slept in recently.
Do you think the rock's native to our plane or somewhere else? Because I could try banishing the fucker.
I think it's a natural thing, but it's also no idea. It's not my area of expertise.
Would I know with me Arcana or me history? Have I read about it?
It's probably a creature of this plane.
We could just kill it.
We did kill a god, guys, and
Well,
we've got
yeah.
Lathander on our side.
Well, we might have to have a long rest in the little hut thing. But once we get all our big spells back,
You
That's
can't do
good
that
idea.
anymore. You've had a
Oh.
long rest and 2 short rests. You are stunned for the day. You can have no more resting. Well, you can rest as much as you want, but you won't have any benefit.
if we can get it to take off in the air and you fireball it, surely it'll burn all its feathers and it'll just crash.
I think it would be more complicated than that.
Worth a try.
But I can chuck fireballs at it, assuming it doesn't eat me while I'm doing it.
And throw a lightning bolt at it.
Well, I just stick my head up, try and banish it and see what happens.
If that's what you want to do.
I'm asking the party. Or are we just going to try and sneak off and then get caught out in the open?
That's the only cost.
If you do that and try to banish it, it's going to be aware that we're here. Or do we just try and see if we can sneak out? That's the two options we've got.
Well, it occurs to me that we're going to have to deal with this at some point because it's bound to say us sneaking back to the wheel. And at least if we sneak up the stairs and all have a go at it, kind of like 1, 2, 3, and we all fire at the same time, we might do some damage to it rather than like if it's, if it knows we're there and it's not going to be surprised.
We're not sneak out and pretend to be one of the statues. Just move when it's not looking.
Yeah, we can use colour to make ourselves look frosty, and every time it looks at us, everyone freeze. We'll just stop the music and everyone just freezes.
That'd be fucking funny, that. Oh, Howie, let's go. If you want to try banishing it, Aisha, feel free. But Howie, let's get going. We've done it. We've killed a god. Come on, guys. We've got Lathander on our side.
I'm
positive.
If we're all lined up, holding actions, so that as soon as the banish goes off, whatever happens, if we all fire, then surely we should get around while it's surprised. I would like to think.
Well, like I say, whatever you want to do, I'll do whatever. Someone just make a decision. I'll back
Could
you
we
up.
try? Right? Could we try and see which direction it's sat, looking, sneak off in the opposite direction until we reach the coastal bit, like drop down and like just make our way around to where the fucking the whale is.
Yeah, you just go down the stairs and walk out.
Yeah, do that.
And if it happens to be looking the other way, we're laughing. But if it isn't, we're bird food.
Yeah, but it has to come and get us, doesn't it?
We're so small.
Or it's more food for your pot.
We'll just send the walrus in the opposite direction. Where the bird goes for that, then we'll like it.
So, what's the plan then?
Well, I think we should kill it while it's on its nest.
Right. Can I see it without it seeing me?
You'll have to make a stealth roll against
Well, I could.
perception.
I'll try and explain to Sanwin like where he needs to be to see it, in the hope that gives him like advantage or whatever.
Yeah, I'll let you have it, but he still has to beat the perception of the rock.
Okay. I'm going to try to get within spell range of it, so I've got a line of sight to hit it with a fireball.
And
Now,
I'll go
before
with.
you do that,
All right.
I could always try the mitre of disguise, turn myself into to look like the bint, and go up the stairs and tell it to fuck off, and come back tomorrow.
Well, Earl's already rolled, so are you sneaking up the stairs, Earl?
Yeah, I'll sneak upstairs.
You sneak.
I'll go with him.
You sneak up the stairs, placing your foot carefully where Corin had told you to stand. Sadly, one of these icicles, you stand on it and with a loud crack, a giant head spins around. The eye, the size of the opening at the top of the stairs, looks down at you and starts.
I'll give it a thumbs up and go, hi.
It starts pecking at you down the stairs.
I run back down the stairs.
Right. Well, it gets a quick peck at you as it does.
Oh, in that
As
case,
it
it's
beats
getting
your
up.
stealth, it's got range with its attack, so it can make no problem.
Where I've got a black map.
I look at
that's
Andy
right.
and go.
Only out and say,
Oh, all right.
I look at Andy and go. Do you think there's just someone
Well, it hits.
that bastard in?
Yep, pretty much. Here we go.
right, Earl, this thing pecks you, tears a great chunk out of you. Earl staggers down the stairs
I will disengage.
Bleeding
down your stairs.
profusely.
Yeah, that's a really big, angry, feckin' bird.
I told you. I said
Yeah,
we should all get up there and all
Nope,
be ready to
don't need
fire
to.
on the
I've
same
got this.
turn.
I've got this. Trust me.
And it stands at the top of the stairs trying to get down with its beak. It seems to be able to get
fireball
halfway
top of
down the stairs.
I'll fireball up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, it's still on the map, so you can target it and cast your fireball.
I just want to be down the stairs
That's fine.
when I do this. Yeah. Have I got him? Yeah. Right. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to cast a fireball.
Go on, fireball it.
I've got a target.
Because she's shooting up through the hole.
Yeah.
Right, it takes half damage. You do 39 damage. It seems to have barely even scratched it.
Cool. I'll wait 6 seconds, then I'll do it again.
Right, well, it moves back from the
I thought it might.
top of the stairs, and you hear them beating of mighty wings.
I think we need to move down to the bottom in case it tries to take the top of this tower off.
I wonder if it's a nest fireproof.
Well, maybe if we've hurt it enough and then destroy its nest, it might piss off.
Oh, I've got a feeling this thing's hungry.
Where's that walrus gone?
Well,
What do you want to do?
you
then?
hear the beating of wings, and then it goes silent.
It's took to the air. Let's go downstairs and out.
Right.
Let's head
Follow
for the
him.
wheel.
Downstairs out.
You couldn't maybe patch us up a bit, Mr. Tosco, could you?
We shall see. Grimscully map. Have we got the Grimscully map somewhere? So you run down the stairs. It's all quiet. You head back outside to the island. It's now a lot warmer than it was, and you plan on heading back towards the meeting point with the wheel.
Yeah, but I suggest we walk quite spread out.
Sneak?
So you're going to sneak across an open, flat, snowy plain, Dave?
Now that you mention it, probably not.
I think we should call a halt there as you make the mad dash for the wheel next session. You've done well. You've lifted the Rime from Icewind Dale. You've certainly at least banished God and have used all of your rests and quite a lot of your spells up.
We'll be fine.